Hey there, Philip here from Manning the Fort, and I have my first game of Five Parsecs From Home under my belt, and it's pretty intense. I knew from watching some other channels' battle reports that the game could kind of turn on a single die roll, but I still don't think I was fully prepared for it myself when I actually sat down to play. And I filmed the whole thing, and now I have my very first battle report. So hopefully you'll stick around and watch that. Also, it is my first, so I know there are going to be things I can improve on in the future. I've already thought about ways to capture shots a little bit differently next time, that sort of thing. But if you have any feedback, if you have anything you'd like to see me do differently going forward, leave that down in the comments below. Also, I'm not going to be covering a lot of the rules, like the nitty-gritty on the tabletop. It's mostly just going to be going from action to action. And I might do a more in-depth look at the rules down the road, but frankly, a lot of other channels have done that, and I just wanted to get some more battle report content out there for what I think is a really fun game. If you want to support the channel, and if you want to see things like this in the future, you can like and subscribe. Also, I have a Patreon now, and my first two patrons, in fact, whose names you'll see on screen right now. So thank you very much to the folks who have already signed up to support the channel. And with all that said, let's turn it over to Captain Lucas Gamble.
Hey there. Good to see you again. Well, promise is a promise, so if you got that beer, I got your story. Turns out there's plenty of work for a crew like ours here on Sonari 4. Local government seems to have plenty of messes need cleaning up, and hell, even sector-level bureaucrats have some folks they'd rather not have around anymore, if you catch my meaning. What they don't always have, though, is the credits to make a job worthwhile. Best way to pay off a ship is find someone rich who needs jobs done. Thanks to some skillful negotiation by Marshal Drake, that's exactly what we found ourselves. Now, I'm not one to kiss and tell, so I can't tell you exactly who our employer is, but suffice it to say they've got plenty of coin to secure our services. Job seems simple enough. We're supposed to make sure one of their people was able to secure some kind of prototype from what had unexpectedly become a hot zone. Seems a militia squad had gone AWOL after getting hooked on some kind of narcotic anesthesia. Apparently, prolonged use of the stuff not only numbs your pain, but makes you go more than a little nuts, trying to gun down or cut apart just about anyone you come across. These psychos rig themselves up some kind of mass, keeps them pumped full of it. Still, in that state, I figured it'd be fairly simple to outmaneuver them. Plan was looking solid. We got into the zone and set up to make the retrieval. And that big bastard showed up and changed everything. So let's get into the game. This is going to be pretty light. I'm going to try to keep things moving pretty quickly. If you want more details in future bat reps, please let me know. First things first, this is a protect mission. The person I'm setting up right here is the VIP. In order to win, that model has to get within 3 inches of the center of the table for an entire turn. Now what I'm doing is rolling to seize the initiative. I believe because of my modifiers, I needed an 8 up. I got an 8 up, so I got to make a free move. So you can see the results of that there. I'm then rolling for reactions, which is what you do at the beginning of every turn. Characters tend to have a reaction of 1 or 2 to start with. And so if you roll 1s and 2s and assign them to the appropriate characters, those characters get to go in the fast action portion of the turn. Everybody else goes after the enemies go. I got a pretty decent roll here. 3 of my characters will get to go before the enemy this turn. And including the 2 that have reactions too, which is Axel, the robot, who I'm moving right now, as well as Marshal Drake, who we'll see a little bit later. Has moved Axel up into some cover behind that big container there. And then realized that he's not going to be able to shoot anything with his pistol from there, so I decided to go ahead and dash him. In 5 parsecs, you move equal to your move rating, and then if you dash, you can add 2 inches onto that. Next, I'm measuring up for a shot, potentially with Marshal Drake here, who's got an 18-inch range on his needle rifle. Pre-measuring is allowed in 5 parsecs. So I go ahead and hop him on top of that building that he was standing directly behind, take a pot shot, and I do get a hit there. So now I roll against this model's toughness, which is 4. So on a 4 or better, that model's gone. Roll a 5, out he goes. I think I might have had the targeting reticule on the wrong model there. So all that's done. Drake's all done. And then we get Rabba Mosar, who moved up behind the wall there in the upper left, takes a shot with his infantry laser, and due to the long range, he needed a 5 to hit, and he missed. Now that same model's going to fire back. He's aiming, so he gets to re-roll that 1, rolls a 6. So he hits Rabba, and then, yeah, it doesn't go well. Rabba is taken out on the first turn. That's a problem, because Rabba Mosar is my best long-range snipey type character. So then move on to the rest of the baddies here. These are all psychos, which means they have the rampaging AI trait. It means they're always going to try to run toward me and always try to get in melee if they can. But here, they're still in shooting range, and the shot there missed because Flux is in cover, so we would have needed a 6 to hit Flux. Next, take a shot at Marshal Drake, which also missed. That one also needed a 6. Now I've got a short-range shot against my robot, and that missed as well. Another shot coming in at Marshal Drake. They don't like that he took out their boy, but they can't seem to nail him to the wall. So now I start moving my slow characters. I start with Viandi Daz, the blue-skinned alien, moves up behind the robot there. And then Flux moves up and takes a shot with her pistol and hits, because it was a shot in the open within 6 inches, has to roll against toughness. These are toughness 4, so she's too low of a roll. But that model does now get a stun marker, which means it can no longer move and fire on its next turn. It can only do one of the 2. Now the captain moves up, takes a shot as well, but misses. And now we're on to turn 2. So we roll for reactions again, rolling 1 less die because I have 1 less character. Rolls aren't quite as good this time, but I will get the captain and Axel going in the fast phase. Axel moves up, and he's equipped for melee, so he's going to take a swing at this baddie here. Black die for the baddie, orange die for Axel. And Axel has a +1 to his combat skill, so that's actually a tie, meaning both models take a hit. And I don't roll higher than the toughness of either, which means they're both stunned. Now, I don't do this now. I'll come back and do it later when I remember. But in 5 Parsecs, you never end in combat. Each model that takes a hit gets pushed back an inch. Now, the captain's going to run up and take a swing at the stunned baddie. The stun marker goes away, but the captain gets a +1 to his combat roll as a result. And he does hit with his blade. He gets a +2 on the to hit roll. And he rolls a 6, so takes out the baddie there. This is where I remembered to move them apart appropriately, because that's all my fast actions done. Now the enemies go. So we've got a shot coming in at the captain from the bad guy on the far right, the sniper there, which misses because he's outside of 6 inches, so he needed a 5 to hit. Now the big boy at the top of the screen runs in at Axel, and he's going to take a swing. And this is actually pretty lucky for me because the bad guy was getting a +1 here on the roll. So they both take a hit. We'll see how this works out on the toughness rolls. Again, the black die for the bad guy, orange die for the good guy. And Axel's toughness is 4, so Axel is taken out, unfortunately. So 2 of my heavy hitters gone quick. Now one of the grunts here, one of the psychos, is going to run in and charge the captain. And it doesn't work out because the captain rolls a 6, which means not only does he beat the roll, but he gets an additional hit in melee. When you roll a natural 6, it's an additional hit. When you roll a 1, you take an additional hit. 5 is well over the toughness, so that guy's done. Now we're going to try it again. These guys are, this is what they do with the rampaging trait. So, and this time it's the captain that comes out on the short end of the combat. Even though he's equipped for combat reasonably well, it didn't work out well for him. So, but and his toughness is 3, so that was enough to take out the captain. Bad guy consolidates 2 inches, and now we've got Flux now ends up in melee combat. She is not equipped for melee, and that is reflected in the fact that she gets smacked and taken out extremely quickly. Now, oh, I went to move this guy, and then I think I remembered that he had, in fact, already fired. So yeah, you can see the guy there popped back up on the right-hand side. Now, time for my slow movers. Marshall Drake going to take a revenge shot at the one who just took out Flux. Gets 2 hits because he's within 6 inches with an unobstructed shot. His weapon has critical, that needle rifle, which counts as an extra hit on a 6. So 4 is enough to take him out. Now we've got, let's see. Yeah, Viandi Daz is going to move next. She's my other big melee hitter. That big pink sword is not just for decoration. And then I'm moving up my VIP because I'm realizing my numbers are dropping quickly, and where I'm pointing at right there is where I need to be within 3 inches of. So I'm hiding my VIP there to protect them, and then rolling for reactions. Again, a bad roll. All 3 of my characters are going after the baddies. So this has the potential to end up poorly. I did put Viandi Daz here in a blocking position over the VIP so that they would be protected. And then one of the grunts here charges in against Viandi. Viandi's a pretty tough cookie. And as evidenced by the fact that, yeah, she rolls a 6. You can see me doing the Tootsie roll there. So she will get 2 hits on the bad guy, needing a 4 to take him out. On the toughness roll, no problem. Viandi Daz taking names. Now we got the sniper shot coming in on Viandi Daz. Cock die. 6. So she is toughness 4 as a Kareen. So she's got a 50. He needed a 6 to hit and got it, and then needs a 4+ to take her out and another 6. But she has a screen generator, which gives her a 5-up save against ranged weapons and a 3rd 6. Thank you much. So Viandi's okay. I put a stun marker on there. I might actually be wrong about that. I might not have should have done that. Anyway, she charges in against the big hulking brute, who will get a +1 because of that stun marker, which is about to potentially become relevant. No, doesn't matter. Rolled a 6 anyway, so 2 hits on Daz, and down she goes. This is looking pretty grim at this point, but once Marshall Drake goes, that's the end of the turn, and then I will have succeeded on the mission. Takes 2 shots at the big guy, both hit. But this guy's toughness 6. I need a natural 6 to take this dude down. And get close, but no cookie. So 2 stun markers on the big guy. And now it's time for reactions again. A 2 and a 3. Drake takes the 2 because he's got reactions 2. Shoots at the big guy again to try to protect the VIP. And it gets 1 hit. And it actually doesn't matter because no matter what I roll is a 3rd stun. And rules as written, a 3rd stun takes a character out. Now the sniper going after my VIP. In cover, needed a 6, rolled a 5. Worth noting, Ivan Sorensen, the game's creator, has actually said that if he had it to do over again, he would get rid of the 3 stuns rule. So, worth noting there. Initiatives again. Rolled a 1 and a 5. I gave my VIP the 1. I don't think I needed to get the VIP off the table, but I did that so that I could get the VIP off the table. Thought about running away. Sniper takes a shot. That die was cocked. Rolled a 3. And then Drake, instead of running away, decides to... I made him run back in to try to clear the field, because if I hold the field, I get extra loot. That's 2 hits plus a 6, meaning it counts as 3 hits, and boom! Down goes the bad guy. 1 model left standing for me at the end of the game. That was pretty wild. It went pretty fast. I might slow things down a little bit more. Worth noting, the game itself only took about 45 minutes to play, and that was with me having to stop and look stuff up constantly, since it was my first game. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll send it back to... so now what we'll do is we will take a look at what happens after. So a good chunk of the die rolling in 5 Parsecs From Home happens after you've actually... before and after you've actually played the game on the table. So now we head back to my desk, and we see how my 5 downed models end up faring.
All right, post-battle. So first of all, let's see what we got here. The mission I took was for a wealthy individual. Danger pay +3 and roll twice for mission pay, so that's fun. Okay, if you fought an opponent that isn't a rival, I did, and held the field, I did, roll a d6. On a 1, the type of opponents you just fought have become your rivals. It should be noted on this planet. Okay. Nope, no rivals. Okay. Sorry if you can hear the thunder outside. It's a very rare late summer Alaskan thunderstorm today. If you succeeded in a patron mission, you may add the patron to your list of contacts on this planet, which I did. Determine quest progress. Nope. Get paid. You earn 1d6 in pay, loot, bounty, or salvage. If you finish the final mission of a quest, roll the dice twice. You won the mission by completing your objective, which I did. I got the VIP where they needed to go. Okay, so roll twice and pick the higher. Treat any roll of a 1 or 2 as a 3. So 3 and 3. So my danger pay, my mission pay rather, will be 6 credits. Plus 6 credits. Battlefield fines. If you held the field, an opportunity afterwards to search the battlefield. You do so even if you failed to achieve or did not have an objective. It's an addition to loot. Okay, so this is a D100. Can't take their weapons unless indicated. Which is a bummer because they have colony rifles and some of my people only have scrap pistols. 23. Usable goods. Roll on the consumables table in the loot chapter of the rules. Consumables. I get an 18, which is booster pills. Check for invasion. Don't believe these are an invasion threat. Gather the loot. Roll once on the loot table. 14. Weapon. Alright, so roll on the weapon category table. 74. Melee weapons. What I did not need. I need more guns. Alright, here we go. Melee weapons subtable. 86. It's a power claw. That's kind of cool. Okay. Determine injuries and recovery. Oh boy. Any character that became a casualty in the battle must roll on the injury table. It's everyone but Marshall Drake. Character with luck would be slain through this roll. They miraculously survive but lose all luck points. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so... Well, let's start with El Capitan, Lucas Gamble. $14 dead or removed from the campaign, but he has a luck point. He has a luck point. I mean, it's worth it. I don't want to lose the captain on the first mission, you know? Alright, next we roll for Viandidas. 82, that's probably good. Knocked out. No long-term effect. And no campaign turns in sick bay. Yeah. Axel, he's a bot, so he's going to roll here. 36. Severe damage. Yikes. 1d6 turns of repair time. 2. Okay, we'll take that.
And I did, before this battle, I rolled for a new crew member. Not a very combat-capable crew member, but still. Okay, so it's Lucas, Viandi, Axel, Flux, my mechanic, 62. Minor injuries, 1 turn in sick bay. This could be much worse. The one character that's died so far, I could fix it. And then Rabba Mosar, my sniper boy, just got counter sniped. See how he did? Boop, 61. Minor injuries. I think this means I can probably, with those 6 credits I got, maybe I'll be all right. All right, each character that participated in the battle will now earn XP. Characters survived if they did not become a casualty. Bots don't receive XP. All right, so Marshall. I'll just do these as tallies. Became a casualty. Became a casualty. Became a casualty. Became a casualty. For Marshall Drake, survived and won, so 3. First character to inflict a casualty. Ooh, I'd have to go back and look, but I think that might have been Rabba. I think he bullseyed someone turn 1. He did. He bullseyed someone with his laser rifle. Killed a unique individual. Viandi took out the unique individual. So there's some XP. Yeah, so I don't have enough for any upgrades. Post-battle activities, advanced training, no, because that's crazy cost. Pay 3 credits to receive a role on the military weapon table, gear table, or gadget table. I need some better weapons. Oh, we purchase any number of handguns, blades, calling rifles, or shotguns for 1 credit each. I mean, that may just be the way to go, so that some of my characters have stuff that's not stupid short range. Shotgun, 2 shots, 1 damage, focused. I have to be against a single target, 12-inch range. Well, then I will buy a colony rifle and a shotgun. Should I just do 2 colony? Yeah, no, I'll do a shotgun too. We should do 2 shotguns. Because Viandi has no ranged weapon right now, so that's a little eef. All right, campaign event. Okay, it does say it may not seem to make sense. If so, adjust or ignore it as necessary. Campaign event table. All right. Boop. 16. You made friends among the locals. Probably because I just murdered a bunch of psychos. And then character, non-bot, non-soulless character, roll a d100. Any characters eligible. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll roll a 1d6, and since Axel can't do it, I'll just re-roll on a 6. Because I've got them kind of listed in order over here. So yeah, Gamble, Viandi, Flux, Rabba, and Marshall. Mon Capitan. Okay, so Captain gets a roll on the character events table, which is cocked as all get out. 98. Okay. Next campaign turn, the character may perform an additional action even if they're in sick bay. All right, well, that was certainly interesting. Yeah, now, some things I didn't do. I did not utilize story points the way I could have and should have. There are some other things. The terrain setup probably wasn't ideal. I'm sure I screwed up some rules.
But yeah, that was whew. All right, so and then yeah, we'll be on to the next turn.
So, that's a story. Reckon I know why our employer was willing to pony up so much dough for what seemed like such a simple job. But the price was right, and turns out we got another offer waiting for us. Don't reckon we'll go in underestimating the danger this time nearly as much as we did the first time. Hell, I don't know how in the hell I got out of there alive. Axel's gonna be in the shop for at least a little while longer, but greasing some palms in a place with hospitals as nice as Sonari 4 meant that everybody else is at a sick bay and plenty of time to do the next job. Also picked us up a new recruit. I'll make sure I introduce him next time I come by. One thing was passing strange though, and that's Drake. At the end there, he could have just walked away. Job was already done, but something made him go back in there and take that last shot. Now, I'm not complaining. He hit. In fact, reckon he took out more than just about any of the rest of us. Mighty good shot for a negotiator, don't you think? Anyway, I'm not one to dig too much into somebody's past. Like I told you last time, we all got our reasons for being out here on the fringe. Appreciate the drink. Now I gotta go get ready for the next job.